Pseudo Prior. Too many times. Attack! I'm not saying that, but I'm saying if they did do that, they could at least attempt to ease you into it. I mean, let's put it this way. Square Enix made a kart racer. So, you know, making an FPS isn't that much far removed from making a kart racer. And in that kart racer, they started you off by racing Gilgamesh in Zozo. So, you know, they tried. The problem was that game blows. So it didn't really matter who you were racing and where, because the whole game was terrible. But they tried. They just forgot to make a good game first. "15 kill streak, summon Bahamut." Ooh, new ability. Steals MP. But I don't use MP. But I guess it keeps them from using their MP. So that could be kind of cool. Also, Square Enix did make a shooter game in attempt to get us to enjoy shooter games through the lens of a game that we already loved. It was called Dirge of Cerberus. They literally made a shooter game and they were like, "But you're Vincent though, please play it." Yeah, Murmur already said it in the chat too. Yeah. I mean, they were literally like, "Okay, I know you guys don't like shooters, but stay with me here. Vincent." And a lot of us were like, "I'm in." But unfortunately, once again, Dirge isn't the best game, so they kind of failed. But imagine if Dirge was like an amazing game. It totally would have gotten a bunch of Final Fantasy fans to like kind of enter the world of shooters. It definitely would have done it for me, 100%. Because I remember getting Dirge and being excited for it, even though it was a shooter. And at the time, I wasn't really into shooters. I was super into Doom, but that was the only shooter I played. That was before I was into like Call of Duty and stuff. So I didn't really play like any shooters. And then Dirge came out, and I was like, okay, it's a shooter, but I mean, I like Doom, and it's Vincent, so I'm in. And then I played it, and I was like, this game isn't good. So, but yeah, I mean, if Dirge had been like an incredible game, I think it would have definitely got me to buy more shooter games earlier than I did. And I can appreciate Square Enix for doing that. I can appreciate Square Enix not just sticking with what they know, but always trying to branch out and then get us to branch out as well. I think that's something to appreciate. If they make a shooter game and you don't like shooter games, you don't have to buy it. But the fact that they're willing to do that, and if you do buy it, then you end up getting this new love of shooter games from it, I think that's a good thing, for sure. And I could name so many times they've done that, like the Fiat Rhythm and Melody of Memory probably got a lot of Final Fantasy fans that weren't into rhythm games. Because they bought it for the Final Fantasy music, and then they were like, oh, I like this. There was also that crappy Final Fantasy 15 side-scroller we don't talk about. Actually, it wasn't even a side-scroller, it was like a beat-em-up, I think. And then there's like Final Fantasy Tactics, which is a bit less of a stretch because RPGs and tactical RPGs go hand in hand, but I'm sure there's plenty of people that Final Fantasy Tactics was their first tactical RPG, and they might have a huge love for them now because of that game. King's Tale is good. Fight me. I'll see you on the basketball court after class. It's going down. Starting to get tough. Let's heal for a second. Millie has like no MP. My money is on Scythic. Well, we've already determined that my chat is either 12 or 60. So, I mean, he's either a child or ancient. So I think I win. I can either hold my hand out and he'll never get to me, or I can trip him and he'll have to go to the ER. I have the advantage. Yeah, it's an interesting balance between Square Enix branching out and going too crazy with like never doing anything anyone wants. And I feel like they find themselves on the wrong side of the spectrum. Like I think they've branch out a bit more than they should. I still am happy that they do it, and I respect that they do it, but I think maybe they do it a bit too much. And if they would settle down and make the games that people want to see with a crazy branch out game here and there, it would be better. I think my only real complaint is that they just shouldn't do it with their main IPs. They've gone back to it a million times, but there's really no reason why this game shouldn't have been called Final Fantasy Online. And some of their other games, like at least with like Kingdom Hearts, whenever they do something silly, it's always a side game. And the main games are still, you know, the same for the most part. And some of their other series, they go like way off the deep end with their ideas. But I don't know. Does anyone else kind of feel like they've finally hit what they want with Final Fantasy? I feel like Final Fantasy 16 is going to be a action RPG, And it kind of feels like that's what they want to stick with now. Both with the remake and Final Fantasy in general, like they just kind of hit their stride with action RPGs. Should I drop down? With action RPGs. I don't know if they'll go back to trying other crazy things with Final Fantasy. I think they'll stick with 14 as their big online MMO. And from now on, their mainline Final Fantasies are going to be mostly action RPG, but they might switch up the mechanics a lot. Like 16 is going to be a lot different than 15, but they're both at their core action RPGs. I feel like they're kind of going to stick with that. But, you know, I'll eat my words when Final Fantasy 17 is like a puzzle fighter. Final Fantasy 17 X Tetris Attack. And I'll be like, well, never mind. Now they're just trolling. I'm kind of interested to see how open Final Fantasy 16 is, because ever since 10, it seems like their real goal is to make a big world, whether it be MMO style or 12 style or even 13, which was linear but still had like a big world and you had stuff to search afterwards. But I would say 13 is maybe like the biggest deviation from it, but 11, 12, 14, and 15 all had this like big open world style, and you know, really put an emphasis on exploration. So I'm curious to see if 16 is still in that vein, or if they kind of return to like Final Fantasy 13. Yeah. I've always said that they called it 11 for money, and I don't mean that in a way that's like they're horrible, greedy people. I think it's more of they had to call it 11 for money. Given how much, I mean, now that I've played it, and I see how much work went into this game and how crazy they went to try to truly make an MMO. They did not try to make Final Fantasy, but also an MMO. They tried to make the new big MMO. Like, they wanted this to be World of Warcraft. So, it does not surprise me that they had to make it named, or they had to name it Final Fantasy XI just for the sake of their company. Oh no, Fickle. Verena, how'd you get here? Big Blix, what happened? Are you alright? Oh, Verena. What has happened here? Who did this to you? Tell me who? Nobody. Verena, don't hate them. Okay, you said nobody, but also said it's somebody in the same sentence. I know. Hate will get us nowhere. I understand how you feel. If only we all could. Then there'd be no more fighting. Verena, don't cry. It's okay, Fick Blix. You don't have to worry. I'll be alright. Yeah. Shh, your courage needs no words. Even now I can feel the warmth of your heart. Just hang in there. Something else. Yes, Vicky, what is it? Thank you. No, Vicky, thank you. You've shown us our mistakes. You did. man, F in the chat. We knew him for 10 minutes. And now he's gone. Fickblick's always told us that someday people in Beastmen will get along. I suppose you'll keep on hating them. No, not just hating. Actually fighting them. Well, I do need experience points. But just remember this one thing. Some Beastmen think like Flickbix did. There's more to life than what you see in front of you. We are all flowing on the river of life, not just watching from the banks. Thank you for that insight, I guess. I mean, I do like how we're kind of following this. I mean, pretty much ever since the start of the game, it's all been about race. I mean, there's a huge emphasis on racism and politics around that and everything. So this quest definitely doesn't seem out of place. I'm just kind of making fun of it because we just met the guy like 10 minutes ago and now it's like all sad music. But okay, it wasn't that bad. I don't know how Verena got here, though. I guess she was following us. This is spooky. Is there another, Yep. Alright, here we go. What's gonna happen next in the latest installment of Dragon Ball Z? Summoning, you say? Yes, I would like to name this magic summoning. The divine text depicted in the form of the star Sybil commanding a great beast. At any rate, we are very close. Soon the magic of summoning will be complete. Are you uneasy, Your Holiness? Yes, very. Time is of the essence. The lines of battle are at Tarangi Canyon and draw close to Saruda Baruda. It's an amazing name. The attack on Ostraha shall fail, and many flames of life will be extinguished, like the star reading long ago. Place your trust in me, Your Holiness. Windurst shall escape its fate of ruin. The Book of the Gods has taught me everything. It told me the meaning of the tower and the fountain, and it has taught me how to command the greatest of beasts. Shoo, shoo, keep your grimy claws off the Windurst Oristy Minister. Agido Muragido. You are a fool for coming here to the throne room alone. That's your throne room? It's outside, though. You say you are the Windurst Oristary Master. Agido Muragido? Muragido? Gawk! Oristary Minister, and I am the Aviatory Minister. How do we know what you speak is not lies, Gawk? I should cut you up and send you to the Heavens Tower, Gawk Gawk. How do you pronounce that? Silence. Our little friend came all the way from Windurst to greet us. Let us hear what he has to say. You came all this way to ask about the full moon fountain? Oh, it's Cack. Of course. It's definitely how I thought it was pronounced. Well, you Tarutaru have probably already realized why the Horutoto ruins were built and why the full moon fountain exists underneath them. Those ruins are evil. The towers sponged dry the areas around Saruda Baruda of all their magic. You think that we, Yagudo, are the cause of these wastelands, but you only have yourselves to thank. You, the Tarutaru, that activated those towers. The towers are all damaged. How do you explain magic still being drained from the plains of Saruda Baruda? What about you, Yagudo? What are those things that you continue digging? Those stones. Maybe those are the cause of all this. Cack. I commend you on your perceptiveness, but the reason Saruda Baruda is becoming a wasteland has nothing to do with those stones. That night 20 years ago, when we were defeated by your armies, you made a grave mistake. Cack, you still do not understand? Make your way deep into the central tower of the Harudoto ruins. There you will see firsthand what the Star Sibyl and those summoners really did. The moon and the stars no longer smile upon Windurst. Now the whole world shall kneel before the Yagudo. This is so disconnected from the other ones. I thought it was gonna, like, continue that story. Stars of the heavens, tell me what to do! Tell me, Karaha Baruha, help me! Gag W. Oh. What a cliffhanger. What happened? Are you alright? How did you get down here? So that's what Magicite looks like. What could they possibly want with it? What the? You are too late. I have already awakened. Your rage, cowardice, envy, arrogance, and apathy. From these I will spread the bane that will destroy Vanadiel. Who are you? Gee, I wonder. Your kind has awakened me, and this time you will be destroyed. You cannot stop me. Vanadiel will be the grave for you and all your kind. Was that a phantom? An image of the Shadow Lord? The Shadow Lord? It can't be. His powers can't have returned. Then it is true. The Beastmen are trying to bring the Shadow Lord back. Are you having an argument with yourself? 'Cause I'm just standing here. You be careful too. Just read the name above his head. Well, I think we're done. You can just go back now. Well, this was probably my favorite quest so far. It had a little bit of everything. It had fetch quests, it had dungeons, it had story, it had cutscenes. I mean, the cutscenes were like really separated, and I don't really know what to think of them, but overall, that was like a quest with like stuff. I guess the only thing I'm kind of missing is a reward, but I'm about to get my reward, so. But I would have liked some kind of like boss with a drop or something. The normal RPG conventions are kind of lost in these quests. That was another thing that I was going to say before, is like, I know it's an MMO and it operates differently, but I still feel like a lot of the general things that I like about RPGs just don't exist in this game. And I don't know if that's just because that's the way all old MMOs are, but just the general, like, killing things and looting them and stuff just kind of doesn't exist as much. It doesn't feel as good doing dungeons, getting chests, like drop chances and all that. Like, just, I know they exist, but they're so few and far between, and I'd rather just buy stuff anyways. It's weird. I don't know if I'm supposed to go here or the Duke. Probably the Duke, huh? What do you mean restricted area? I work here! I literally work here. Yeah, which I don't know, that's weird. Maybe that's just me, though. Is this the DMV? Reinhard and Highwind. Those are cool names. I got your materia. Magicite. Yes, these stones emit the same power as crystals. Though impure, that power is great indeed. Now it is clear why the beastmen gathered where they did. They were drawn to the Magicite's great power. Wow, I had to go grab all this for you to come up with that conclusion? Yes, it is time to eradicate the beastman threat once and for all. I thank you for your service. Here's an airship pass. With it, you may travel to any nation you please. The 3 stones are incomplete, but with the powers of the 4th stone that rests deep beneath castles of all, perhaps then the Shadow Lord will rise again. Wait, what? What did he just say? Wait, hey! Hey! Are we just gonna let that go? Of course, the talisman that seals Zaval's inner depths was put in place over 20 years ago. It would stop any attempt. I've also read that the 3 keys to open the seal were kept safely by the 3 great nations. Your Grace! What is it? Dire news, Your Grace. The leaders of all 3 nations have been attacked. Attacked? By beastmen? Yes, Your Grace. My home. Confound them, they're one step ahead of us. So they seek to resurrect the Shadow Lord, quite a lofty goal for beastmen. So be it then, perhaps you should return to your embassy. I will call for your aid again soon, until then be well. Are we not going to talk about Mulgal, who's like obviously mega evil? Hey, what's going on? Oh, you don't have to tell me. Did he just... Oh, so you went to Castle Ostrich and met a girl named Brenna there. No, she followed us. And she gets along with the Beastmen. Wow, so maybe we could get along. Hey, Wolfgang. Wolfie, you here? What would you ask of me, Lord Old Nark? Could you find someone named Verena and bring her here? I heard she's Aldo's little sister. Of course, my lord, but may I ask why? She seems of questionable intentions. I think she has some nifty powers, so I just want to play with her, that's all. Oh, and don't tell this to Comlanot. I want to surprise him. As you wish, my lord. Yeah, I can't wait. That child is a demon. So, I'm supposed to go back to my embassy, even though my hometown's being attacked. Why don't we get on the airship and save our country? Snake boat, at long last you return. Congratulations on your success. We did it. I regret you have no time for reprieve. Our beloved Sandy Oreo is in danger. Her Excellency is away, so please take this to the court in her stead. Take the airship. I will remain and do what I can. 10,000 gil. So, let me see here. Mission 5-1, like, started immediately. I think. Oh, it says no current mission. That's weird. Maybe just when I fly home it starts immediately or something? Let's see. We're supposed to go to the chateau, so I guess I'll do that. Let me try talking to this person one more time just to make sure. Yeah, okay. So I could just teleport there, but I'm guessing we should take the airship. So where do I go to get on the airship? The port. Just get into the air, duh. Just pull a Tifa and, like, jump off the side and just land on the airship. Wait, the airship takes 15 real-life minutes? So instead of teleporting directly to my hometown to save people, I'm gonna take the 15-minute joyride? Let's freaking go. Yo, Wooshak, thank you for the 5 months. Teleports didn't exist back then. Dude, how... I really can't imagine playing the game without the crystals. Like, I still am trying to imagine playing this game when it first came out. Like, the leveling up took like 10 times more. It was like 10 times slower. You had to play with friends or you couldn't get anywhere. You had to walk everywhere. The wikis and stuff with all the information didn't exist yet. It had to have taken months to get anything done. Like, to get to where we are now had to have taken a year. That is crazy. And I don't mean that in like a bad way. I don't mean that as like, oh, the game sucks because it takes a year. Like, I'm just saying that's like wild. I think for me that would have been awful, but I could see where other people. I mean, if you're doing it with friends, you're much more willing to go through slower things when doing it with friends. So I don't want to enjoy my stay. I want to leave. Oh. Wait. Where? The departures is the next door. There's no other doors? Oh. Have a safe flight. Wow, and it costs 200 gil. Hey. You getting on the flight too? Are you the flight assistant? Are you my assistant? Hey, there's no airship here. I've been bamboozled. Dude, what if I paid that guy 200 gil and then there was just nothing here? He just opened the door and closed it and ran. That guy doesn't even work here. He just took my 200 gil and ran. The flight bound for San Diorio will arrive in 4 hours. What? That guy made me pay? And the ship's not even here? Once you go through customs, you'll have to pay to come back on board. No, I already... This is a scam. I'm being scammed. Look at me. I look so forlorn. Where's my ship? I've been actually scammed. Is there a crystal on the airship? Could I teleport to the airship? Missing your boat would get you kicked from parties. This is why. I could imagine the arguments in school the next day. Go to school the next day. Where were you? We're on the ship. What happened, man? My mom came in. I had to help with the laundry. I missed the flight. I'm sorry. Not good enough, man. You're off the squad. This seems so goofy now, but back then you would literally do this. That's, man. Yeah, man, what a different experience. Just get in the water, you're a boat. There'd be like a whole clan of people sitting here waiting. Have you ever wanted to sit in an airport online. If you ever wanted to experience the thrills of waiting for a flight, they needed like a card game that you could just walk up and play with people. So that when you were doing crap like this, you could just be like, hey, you want to play cards? You could sit here and play Yu-Gi-Oh! While you're waiting for the flight. They did. Well, okay, so how did Tetramaster work? Because I know Tetramaster was part of it, but wasn't it a separate thing? Like, you couldn't just walk up to people and play it, right? Oh, and you had to pay extra for it, of course. Why would that be included? Silly gamers. Yeah, it's separate. That seems really weird. I don't know what... Like, why... I don't even understand why it was bundled with it. Like, why wasn't it just a separate game entirely? That seemed really bad. And you had to pay for it. This is some hot gameplay. Played it for the first free month we got, but OMG, imagine the grind in this game in a card game. Wait, you had to grind? How did they manage to put MMO grinding in a card game in Tetramaster? This will be out of all like 2,000 episodes of Final Fantathon, this will be the only episode where I do a different thumbnail, and it's just gonna be this. This will be the thumbnail for the episode. The snake boat looking out. Looking for his long lost brother. Other snake boat. I was talking to Diesel the other day about Tetramaster, and he was telling me kind of like more the in-depth. Because at the very end of our Final Fantasy IX playthrough, once we opened it up to spoilers, chat kind of like explained what all the numbers are and stuff. But he was telling me some of like the math and how the RNG works, like under the hood. And it's pretty hilarious how it works. What is that noise? The heck was that? Was that the airship like arriving and dropping off people? It's so realistic. But he was talking about how if you put a card with like 1 attack versus a card with 0 defense, physical attack versus a card with 0 defense, you have like a 150% like advantage. Like you'll win 3 out of 4. That makes sense. I explained that weird, but you'll win like 3 out of 4 games. But if you take that same thing and up the numbers to like the strongest number and the second strongest number, you basically have no advantage because of the way the numbers work. So if you take For simplicity's sake, we'll say 9 and 8, but that's not how it works because it goes up into the letters. But for simplicity's sake, if you take a 9 versus an 8, you have like a 0.01 advantage. Like, you'll have to play 100 games before you win more than you lose. Statistically. So that's why the RNG is so scuffed. At the beginning of the game, it's pretty cut and dry, but once you get into, like, the later post-game, it's all dice rolls. Unless, of course, you have, like, a super strong physical versus a card with no physical defense. But if you're still pretty close to each other, but it's in the higher epsilons of the cards, you get, like, no advantage. It's really goofy. So that's why, like, late game when you're... Oh, look at this! Tokyo Drift! Where are you going? Hey! Snake Boat needs a ride! Is it? Is it arriving? Because I don't see it. It's supposed to be here, right? Oh! It got dark. Here it comes! Oh. Okay, not gonna lie, this is kind of worth it. It's kind of worth it just to see that. That was kind of epic. Oh god, it's gonna depart in 2 minutes. We gotta go. We gotta get on. Hurry up. Don't give you much time. There's gonna... That same guy's gonna be on board like, that's gonna be another 50 gil to get on. Is that it? Am I on? Is this it? Why can't I go up the steps? Can I wave goodbye to my fans? Goodbye, everybody. I'm on this boat alone. VIP suite. I'm the only one on the boat. Public transportation at its finest. Where's the mom on her phone and the kids running around making a mess of the place? And a guy without pants. This isn't the true public transportation experience. Going to college. Oh, you're right. I'm the guy without the pants. Never mind. We're good. I mean, I have pants. They just don't fit my other pants. They just don't match. There. Perfect. Then we're off! As I'm changing pants. Now we're jamming. Realization. Jam. Look at this. Dude, how epic is this? This might be the greatest airship ride of the whole series. Because it's like, really feels like an airship ride. Are you supposed to be piloting this thing? Oh, it's just letting me know. 2 minutes. What if I stay on the ship and don't get off? Will it take me back? This is where Evray like attacks us up here. Or what was the one that attacks in the old games? Death Guys or whatever. What was the one in 6? Death Guys? Doom Guys? Death Guys? I was right. It's like Fall Guys, but Death Guys. What happens if I open my map? Look at that! You actually see the map. And where you're going. And that's actually like what's below us. Like that's the mountains, I think. How neat is that? I wonder if the airship actually takes longer if you fly further. Can I do the Titanic? I can't get that. It's all covered up. I can go over here. Kinda. Lame. I want my money back. Secret tunnel. Can't do Titanic. Game sucks. It said only 2 minutes. Snakeboat has finally reached the pinnacle of his career. Snakeboat on a boat. Oh, really? Okay. So we get to look at this for 15 minutes. I can imagine just a bunch of people running around. No, certainly that was only 2 minutes. I'm getting back on. Take me back. I'm really sad that you cut off my awesome airship music for the frickin' this theme again. Yo, Eddie! Excuse me, sir. If you're boarding the airship, may I ask you a favor? The passenger who intended to board the next flight dropped this. I cannot leave my post. Sorry, I'm busy, man. Well, to be fair, I'm not getting back on the boat, so I don't want to take it. Welcome to my simple shop. Wow, you weren't kidding. Just sells logs. Not kidding, that's pretty simple. Let me get you some more stuff to sell. Larry's Log Shop. He's very serious about his log selling. What do you mean it's locked? Wow. That's so meta. What do you mean it's locked? Let me out of here, ladies. My city is under attack. Why couldn't I just open the door for myself? It was all a plot to get me stuck in customs so I couldn't save the city. Where am I going? I am so lost. Please help. Please send help. Ah, Crystal. I traveled all this way just so I could teleport anyways. Where am I? Can I go through here? Krilled? I don't know why. I swear her name was Hamburger. It doesn't even look like Hamburger, but I saw it for like a fraction of a second. I was like, what, Hamburger? I must be hungry. How's it going, Gags? You say that as if you're shocked, but that's what I would say. Oh, good. My giant pile of logs is still here. Alright, let's walk over to the chateau, and then maybe we'll just call it there, because once we walk into the chateau, I think the next part starts. The next quest. Just came back from picking apples. Isn't it a bit late in the season to pick apples? Don't you want to pick apples like in the spring? Maybe not. We usually pick our apples at the start of the season, though, because we eat them all summer long. But it would make more sense to pick them in the fall. Why does my wife pick them in the spring? I don't know, she does it, not me. I just eat them. With many things in this household, I just eat it. It appears in the fridge and I eat it. But yeah, usually they go apple picking like at the start of summer, and then we eat them all summer long. But it would make more sense to do in the fall, you're right. Anyways, how'd it go? Now that I've judged your apple picking, how'd it go? That's good. What's your favorite apple? I don't know what my favorite is. I like the sweet apples, but as long as it's not Red Delicious, I'm down. Pumpkin picking? No. We sometimes get pumpkins to carve, though. don't eat raw apple, so you cook them. Do like pies or... What about applesauce? Smash them in applesauce. You can make like other desserts with apples. Apple cider's the best. Freaking love apple cider. I could drink apple cider all day, but it's awful when your like throat is dry. Roasted apple pork roast. Sounds good. My wife makes like a... It sounds weird when you say it out loud. Apple chicken, but it's like a... It's chicken with like an apple glaze. It would make more sense if I knew what actually else went in it. But it's really good. Well, he said he doesn't eat them raw. Caramel apple is still raw. That's why I didn't mention caramel apple. Yeah, no, it sounds weird because I don't know what it but it's got apple in it, but it's chicken, but it's not. Doesn't taste like apple. I'll get back to you on that. You go to the fall festival again? When you came, we went to the Genki Peddler Festival, which we actually just went to that like 2 weeks ago. They've scaled down a lot. It's not as good as it was when you came, but it's alright. I got a bunch of candles when I went, like this one, Cleveland coconut candle. These were cool. I got the one. Obviously got one in a holder, but their whole claim to fame is they put candles in coconuts, like actual coconuts. And they put the wax in the coconut and you burn it from the coconut. They're pretty cool. But I didn't really want a coconut sitting on my desk, so I got the regular candle holder. This one is cake and ice cream. It smells really good. I wish we had smell-o-vision. I'd have you smell it. Then I got a coffee one. I got a hot cocoa one. I got like 2 other ones. All right, well, we should let YouTube go. This was a really, really fun session of Final Fantasy XI. We got a lot done. We are really making headway into the main missions now, and I think we're making a lot of progress. I look more ridiculous than ever, so I know we're doing something right. But yeah, I'm having a lot of fun. I'm definitely not like, it's weird because I thought at this point I would be feeling kind of like, oh, we're just doing the same thing, but I don't feel bored playing. Like I am still really enjoying playing. I think at this point it's getting like, especially that last quest really was great. I think if we did another quest where I was just fetching something, it would have been like starting to drag, but that quest definitely picked things up because it had the cutscenes, it had the different dungeons, you know. So that quest really helped a lot. I hope that the rest of the quests continue to be that way. And from the list of quests that I'm looking at, it seems like that's the case. It looks like every mission past this are all like fight or battlefield quests. So yeah, I think it's going to pick up from here. In fact, that one we just did was not a battlefield fight quest. According to this, it was a regular quest. Every single quest after this either is labeled as a battlefield or a fight. So I think it's going to pick up from here. Whatever happens now, it's going to be pretty different from what we've been doing up to this point. So that is exciting to look forward to. But yeah, let's say goodbye to YouTube. YouTube, thank you so much for watching Final Fantathon and Let's Play Final Fantasy XI. I hope you're enjoying it as much as I am. It has been really fun to experience this game and listen to people's experiences with it. It's definitely my favorite part of this. It's just listening to how other people experienced it, whether or not they're playing it now, or they played it when it came out, or they played it somewhere in between. It's been really enlightening to hear what people think of the game and experience it for ourselves. So thank you very much, and we'll see you in the next episodes of Let's Play Final Fantasy XI. We'll see you there. Peace.